guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to you about an important topic, and this is a topic that I want to talk to you about as a YouTube viewer, not as a YouTuber and a person that actually buys fragrances and reviews fragrances. Well, I don't actually buy fragrances to review them. I just review the fragrances that I like. So I'm a consumer, first of all, and I became YouTuber much later. And actually, I'm not even like full-time YouTuber because agencies and brands, they don't give me anything, so it's just me spending my own money on fragrances that I like, and I'm talking about them to you. So first of all, I am a consumer, and I know it might be a bit hard to see all these new coming reviews because the new year has come, so new launches, and you just maybe want to stop buying things or slow down and buy less, and you just want to enjoy the things that you have. So we're not talking about no buy or low buy, we're just talking about some techniques that I can share with you that actually helped me to buy less, to be tempted less. Because if you just take some time and you analyze what you already have, it might actually help you to get off this hook of constant buying of fragrances. So let's go step by step. There are a couple of very easy things. So first of all is know what you like, and Captain Obvious, obviously, but it's very easy, yet it is quite complicated. So let's say that your collection is 99% or 90% niche fragrances, and you like niche fragrances, and you see this beautiful YouTuber that is talking about the new fragrance that is mass market, and it's so good and so nice, and the notes are the ones that you might like, and you're kind of tempted, or like it's a designer fragrance and you're tempted, but you don't typically use this brand, you don't typically use these kind of brands, you gravitate towards more high-end and more niche fragrances, or vice versa. They're talking about a new niche fragrance that just came out, and you don't really get along with niche all that well, you gravitate towards designer or mass market, but you're kind of tempted. So my advice is stand your ground and remember that you don't really even like niche. Why would you need this fragrance? Because you know that probably 99% this fragrance for you personally will be a failure, because you don't really you don't gravitate towards niche, you like all the other things. So or maybe there's some certain brand that you just don't like. You have tried and you tried and you tried, and you had samples, you had tried it in store, and you just don't click. And then you see this review that, oh my gosh, it's the best next best thing, and you know, and obviously there are exceptions. For example, there are some brands that I don't like, I don't typically gravitate towards, but I do have some fragrances that I have just one fragrance from this particular brands, and just one fragrance only, because all the rest of the fragrances I just don't like them. So exceptions can happen, but most of times just think, and probably it's not gonna be the exception. Probably you're gonna end up buying the fragrance, and you're gonna end up not loving it. So know what you like and stand by what you like. For instance, there are some brands that I know that historically with them I'm not very good with them. We don't click. Like Tom Ford, we don't click with Tom Ford. I have tried it, I've tried lots of times, but we don't have this connection. And I do have two fragrances from Tom Ford, and I don't use them. Or there is the reason why I don't like boozy fragrances. I've tried millions of them, and there is a fragrance which is Angel Share by Kilian that I actually like very much. In fact, a couple of months ago, I made a video about the fragrances that are hyped up, but the hype is real, and this was one of them. I genuinely love this fragrance. It's beautiful. And I had some samples, and now on Black Friday, I have actually ordered 2 more samples from the official website. Well, actually, not the samples. I have ordered this kind of discovery kit, 2 discovery kits, and one kit had this Angel Share. So I have successfully gone through one Angel Share, and that's it. And I suddenly remembered why I don't like boozy fragrances. So no matter how many times I try to convince myself, well, this is a beautiful fragrance, and it is. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's nice fragrance, and it's very boozy. It's very sultry. It's very beautiful, and people are attracted to it. And people actually give me compliments when I wear it. I just don't click with it. So stand by what you know about yourself. Because if for the longest time you have been avoiding this brand, this type of fragrance, there's a reason for it. So know what are the notes that you do not like, and actually it was relevant for, like, the Kilian is relevant for this one, right? So I don't like boozy notes, and I know this. And I try it, like with Kilian, I've tried 1 sample, 2nd sample, 3rd sample, 4th sample, and the 5th sample is here. I never touched it, and I assume that I never will, because I have got enough. And mind you, the sample is 1.7 milliliters, so it's not a lot, and I do make a lot of sprays, so it's not a lot. But I remember why I don't like boozy fragrances. The same goes for oud. There might be a fragrance that I kind of like, but then the more I try it, I understand why I don't like it. Because if there's the note that you don't like, your nose will be like picking it out from the whole composition of the fragrance, and you will be feeling this note, you will be smelling this note, and it will be like in your brain, and you just don't know. You don't want it, really, you don't. So know the notes that you like, and know the notes that you don't like. And my next advice is, try not to convince yourself that, well, I might like these notes later. When this later will come, you will go in the store and you will try it again, and then you will understand. But as for now, because you're getting this fragrance for now, you're getting this fragrance to wear it now, don't get it like, well, I'm gonna like it someday. Maybe you won't. So very, very important point. Do not try to discover new fragrances all the time, because I know it's hard, and it's probably the hardest thing that you know we like testing fragrances. Like I love testing fragrances, but we don't need to test every single fragrance that comes on the market. In fact, sometimes people that watch my videos, they told me, well, what do you think of that fragrance or this fragrance? And I was like, I don't know this fragrance. It's like, how come you don't know it? Well, because I'm not supposed to. And you're not supposed to test every single fragrance that comes out on the market. As easy as it is. So next thing is that if you know that you gravitate towards a certain fragrance, you have a certain category of the fragrances that you actually like, look at this category and look at this overabundant category that you have. Analyze these fragrances. Let's say I'm talking about myself, right? So I do love fragrances with the smell of citrus. So I do have quite a lot of fragrances with citruses. So I have an overabundance of citruses, and I have different citruses. And I have this, I have this, I have that, and really I don't need to add any more citrus. I do have everything I need. So if you are on a no buy or low buy, or you're trying not to buy, just use what you have, because you have already everything that you need. I'm gonna show you one more example, like Fig. Fig is also the fragrance that I love. So I'm gonna show you the fragrance that is Fico di Amalfi, which is by Acqua di Parma, and this is Blue Mediterranean, and this is a beautiful, beautiful fig. It's fresh, it's nice, it's a little bit zesty, it's very, very fresh, refreshing, like for very, very hot weather. Then I do have another fig, which is paired with tuberose. So it's a dark fig, it's a very sweet fig, and it has a very, very prominent tuberose here. So it's a different fig completely. So I do have another fig with which is, well, actually do have two figs, which are, well, I didn't get a fig fragrance, but just trust me, the Philosicos, I do have it. I got Oyedo. Sorry, it's supposed to be Philosicos here. So the Philosicos, and this one, which is Premier Figuer by Artisan. This is one of the best fig. So the Premier Figuer and also Diptyque Philosicos, ignore Oyedo, ignore it. They are one of the best niche figs out there. And so I do have all the best figs in my collection, and I love them. They're beautiful. And I don't really need to add anything to this collection, because I'm constantly trying new figs. But and when I'm like in love with a new fig, I might try it again. I might even buy it. But I don't feel the urge, because I know that my fig collection is complete. So just analyze what you already have. And if you are missing in a category, like if you are missing like pure monochromatic, just monoscent fig, then maybe go ahead and get this one. But if you already have sweet fig, you have salty fig, you have a fig with, I don't know, fig leaves and coconut, you already have it. Just skip all together. Don't try these fragrances. This might help you to avoid the temptation to get the fragrance. So if you already have the Holy Grail fragrance, you also do not need to get anything else, right? Like for instance, I do like vanillas. I have a couple of beautiful, very different vanillas. So I do have this Dolce & Gabbana Devotion, which is a beautiful vanilla. It's very pastry, it's very gourmand vanilla. I do have very beautiful vanilla from Burberry, which is the vanilla with lavender, and it's very beautiful. It's very elegant vanilla. And I also have a very, very spicy yet very elegant again, and composed vanilla from Babycat. So I do have these three vanillas, and I just don't go and I don't search for any other vanilla, because I do have my three holy grails. And a holy grail doesn't mean that you have to have just one. I mean, I do have three beautiful vanillas, and I'm fine with that, because all the other vanillas that I'm trying, they just don't live up to these three. One more thing is that do not buy, and I know it's hard, but do not buy when you just see this video and you just hear this person talking about the fragrance, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to have it because it's so beautiful, and the way they describe it, it's the thing that I need. And the only way you can get it is it's very, very it's for me, because like where I am, I can hardly get good I don't have a good wide selection of fragrances, so I mainly get them on the internet. So I just do like that. I know the fragrance, then I go to Fragrantica or I go to official website. I read about the notes and I read the comments, and I know that the comments are not always spot on. I know that, but it kind of, it gives me idea. It sometimes it might give me two opposite ideas, but it's still an idea. And then I just leave it be and I just wait. I just wait and I wait. I wait for the hype to go by, because you know what happens very oftentimes. What happens, and it's when a said influencer or blogger had just got this new fragrance, or this new fragrance was just launched, and so this is the promotional campaign that is going on, like, and all the people, like, they're just talking about this fragrance and talking and talking and talking, and then you just let the time pass by, 2 3 weeks, and I can guarantee you, like 99% of times, you will never hear about this fragrance again. So don't get yourself caught in the moment. Let the time pass by, and definitely do not get this fragrance without testing. And I know that testing can be tricky. You might not have a big department store with all the brands near you. Just relax, wait until you go abroad, or wait until you go in the biggest city and you just test it there, and then you decide. You can always get it. You can always get it. And if just think of that one, that it will save you a lot of money. Like, if you would go out and you would go out and get it immediately after this fragrance was launched, and you don't like it, so it's money not well spent. So just give it a time, and maybe the hype will go away, and maybe your wish to have this fragrance will go away with the hype. And yeah, so also, do not, as I've told you, do not try to find something better than you already have. Like I've just showed you this vanillas that I have. I'm not constantly trying to replace my vanillas that I have, because I'm happy with them. They are beautiful. And I do have some other vanillas in my collection, yes. But these are the best ones, and I love them. And I don't need anything else. The same goes with this one. I do have this beautiful fragrance, which is English parent Freesia, and the Pear here and the Freesia here. They're just amazing, and I have been faithful to this fragrance for years, and I've been buying and buying this fragrance again and again, because I just can't find anything better. And I've tried it, I've tested it, I've tested lots of fragrances that people say that resemble this fragrance, and they just don't resemble. So I just I dropped it, absolutely. And the only fragrance that I buy is just this one. So I'm not trying to replace it, I'm not trying to find anything better, because sometimes you have to admit that sometimes better doesn't really exist. So here are my tips to you, and I do hope that some of these tips were useful to you, and I wish you a beautiful, beautiful, fragrant 2025. And if you wish to go on no buy or low buy, I wish you all the best. I know it's not easy, so you have my full support, and do please let me know if you are planning on cutting your expense of buying fragrances this year, or you just don't care and you will keep buying the fragrances. I will keep buying the fragrances, and because I'm testing the fragrances, I'm loving them. And it's just that sometimes I get this idea that because I have been testing and trying, and I'm owning a lot of fragrances, it's getting so much difficult for fragrances to impress me, really. So probably not many fragrances I will buy this year. We will see. We will see. I wish you a beautiful day and thank you for your attention. Bye.